Hey, this is Liv, and I'm here with Avidgolfer magazine, and this is Kirsten.
I am head of instruction at Las Colinas Country Club, and today we are going through part 1 series of Back to the Basics with AGTV, lesson 1 on the putting green.
And then I am rocking Boogie Bros, and you can check out their collection on boogiebros.com and use the promo code AvidGolfer15 for a nice little discount.
We're going to start with short putts today, working on stroke, grip, and stance.
Perfect.
So for grip, we're going to start with our left thumb pointing straight down our putter, and from here we're going to place our right hand right on top of our left thumb. So biggest thing here is you want to make sure that there's not any space at all between your left thumb and right hand. You want to make sure that right hand is fully on top of your left thumb. Perfect. From here, we're going to make sure that our putter head is not turned to the left and not turned to the right, that it's just perpendicular to our body. That looks good. We're going to start with our feet together. Good. From here, we're going to take one step with each foot. That way the club's right in the middle of our body and our feet are shoulder width apart.
All right.
And then from here, bend your elbows into your side, almost like you're squeezing your tatas. And from here, we want to face our biceps straight ahead, as if there's someone right in front of you.
All right.
So once you face your biceps straight ahead, we're going to go ahead and bend forward from our hips and just allow our putter head to fall right into place. So it should be right in the middle of our stance, knees bent just a little bit. And all this is going to do is allow us to be able to rock our shoulders back and forth without using our wrist so much.
Okay.
So biggest thing on a short putts is making sure that our elbows stay really close to our body so that our putter head is not turning on us.
Sounds good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so from here, I'm going to show you one of my favorite drills to help with short putts. So I call this the railroad drill. And so from here, all we're making sure is that our putter head is not going outside the stakes and it's not going inside the stakes.
Okay.
We're just making sure to rock our putter and keep our putter head inside the sticks going back and through.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you go ahead and set up with your putter right next to this ball.
All right. And then
That looks good.
grip is
Feet
good.
together. Grip looks good. And we're just going to make sure that ball is right in the middle of your stance.
All right.
Awesome. That looks good. We're going to do a couple practice strokes. So go ahead and place your putter in between the two sticks. Good. So biggest thing that I'm looking at once you get set up is making sure that my fingers can't fit under either part of your club. So that sole is completely flat on the ground.
Okay.
From here, I want you to feel like you're using the top of your shoulder blades to rock that putter back and forth. And when we finish, we just want to make sure the back of our left hand is looking straight at our target and we're not allowing our hand to rotate at all.
Okay, let's see.
That looks good. Perfect. All right, I'm going to place the ball down. Very good.
Yeah.
Great putt.
I'm a pro now. I'm a pro.
Heck yeah. Watch out. Go ahead and set up.
Okay.
That looks good. So I'm going to show you one thing on your follow through. So on your follow through here, when you finish, you want to make sure that putter face is still square to your target.
Okay.
It's not
Turning.
turned. And then another thing you're looking at is just making sure the back of this left hand is flat and it's not cupped at all.
Okay. So no wrist
No
flex.
wrist bend. Go ahead and make one practice swing. Very good. That was a good stroke. Green's just really fast. So on this next one, same swing.
All
We're
right.
just gonna see if we can keep the putter head right between our shoes. Just because
All
of
right.
how fast the greens are, that way that ball doesn't roll so far.
So even the back.
Even the back.
All right.
One more. And see if we can get this putter just to go back to here and back to here. Very good. So it's a really small stroke just because the greens are so fast.
All right.
Go ahead and knock it in. So I'm going to show you another trick. If the greens are really fast
All right.
and it's hard to slow down that ball, one way that we can slow down a putt is by starting with the ball at the toe of your putter.
Okay.
So if
Just
we
the
start with
middle.
that ball off the toe of your putter instead of the middle, it's going to slow it down by about 3 feet.
Okay.
So this will help that ball roll in with a little bit less pace. So the putter, that looks good. Go ahead and putt it. Great putt. So you could do that on short putts or long putts if you have a day and you're super frustrated because that ball just keeps rolling too far.
Perfect.
Just hit it off the toe.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, little? All right, that's one.
If ever it's the opposite where they're very slow.
Yes, you need it to go further.
Yeah.
So if you need the ball to go further, we could get it to go further two ways. Either gripping down on the putter more.
Okay.
So the more you grip down, the further the ball is going to roll out. Or pressing your handle, pointing it towards your left hip. The more you point your handle in front of the ball, it's going to de-loft the putter a little bit, making that ball roll out a little bit more.
Okay.
So everyone's going to be different as to what's most comfortable. Some people would prefer to grip down. Some people it's a little too awkward gripping down all the way, so they'll just point their hands a little bit more forward.
Okay. Awesome.
So this is a really good drill that you can do inside or outside. You're just going to grab a yardstick. Biggest thing when you grab a yardstick is you want to make sure it doesn't have two holes. Some of them have a hole at both ends. So you just want to make sure there's a hole on one end. From here, we're going to use this yardstick to help to make sure that our club face is square and we don't have our club face closed or open at setup.
Okay.
And this is also going to help with our stroke. So if my club face is rotating closed on me a lot or rotating open, this is going to give me feedback. If my club face rotates open, this ball is going to fall off to the right. If it closes on me, it's going to fall off to the left.
Okay.
So this is just going to give us feedback to make sure that our putter face is staying really square when we putt. So I'm going to have you set up with your clobber right here next to this ball. Ball right in the middle of your stance. Good. And I'm going to have your hand just a little bit higher at setup. And from here, I'm just going to have you putt. So our goal is just trying to get this ball to roll down the yardstick without falling off to the right or the left.
No pressure.
No pressure. You got this. Okay, so that gave us feedback. So on this next one, we're going to do a practice swing.
All right.
Go ahead and set up. And on our practice swing, we're just going to rehearse. Since that one went to the left, we're going to rehearse our club head coming a little bit more to the right.
Okay.
Go and make one practice swing on your own. Perfect. And if this one falls off to the right, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're just learning from it.
All right, a little better.
That was a good putt.
A little better.
Much better. One practice swing. So normally I would do it on a straight putt too, where you don't have a lot of break. Today we needed to do one with a little bit of break, so it's making it a little bit more challenging for you. But hey, you said you're always up for a challenge.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
One practice swing. Good. All right. This one's rolling all the way down the yardstick. Hey, you made an adjustment. That was good. So on that one, it went to the right.
Yeah.
Right? So this is just giving us feedback. Some days you're going to get out and everything's going to be going to the left on that yardstick. So if everything is going to the left, we're going to know that we need to make some practice swings just feeling like our putter face is pointing a little bit more to the right. And now you made that adjustment. So I'm going to take that yardstick away.
All right.
And we're going to do a putt without it.
Okay.
All right. So on this one, we know there's a little bit of break.
Yes.
So we're going to aim just a little bit right of that hole.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good putt. That was awesome. All right, today we're working on long putts. I find that golf is the only sport where we're ever looking at the ground. So if we were going to play basketball or baseball, we're always going to look at our target. So shooting hoops, playing baseball, if I'm going to throw it to someone, I'm always going to look at where I'm going to throw that ball, right? So if I need to have a putt where I'm trying to get that ball close to the hole, and distance control is important, one of the biggest things that I find that really helps with distance control is taking practice swings looking at your target.
All right.
So if you're taking your practice swing looking at your target, now your eyes can see how far you need to go. Good.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and hit one. We're gonna take two practice swings, and on those two practice swings, we're gonna look at our target while you take your practice swings, and then I'm gonna have you look at the ball when you hit it.
So look at the target the whole time?
The
in
whole
practice?
time.
All right.
Good. One more. Eyes on your target. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and putt it, and you can look at the ball while you putt this one. First one.
Oh!
Yes! I see you. Good putt. All right, and it's that easy. So one thing to help with distance control is going to be routine.
Mm-hmm.
So routine of looking at the hole anytime we don't have a full swing shot. So whether
Right.
you're hitting a chip shot, a pitch shot, a half swing shot, or a distance control putt, we're always going to look at our target while we take our practice swings.
Okay.
And then we'll keep our eyes on the ball when we putt. So one of my favorite drills to help with long putts is placing 4 tees around the hole, making a box. And so our box is just a putter length wide. So 3 feet, 4 times around the hole. And now I'm going to give you a challenge.
Perfect.
So for our challenge, we have 3 golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
And our goal in this challenge is to get 1 out of 3 to finish inside of that box.
Okay.
2 practice swings, looking at the hole while you take your practice swings. Good. Go ahead and putt it.
Oh.
Okay, that was a good putt. A little long. So one thing that we talked about earlier to help if our ball goes too far is just hitting off the toe.
Yeah.
So on this next one, let's just start with that ball off the toe of the putter. 2 practice swings looking at your target. Awesome. Great putt.
For sure.
Very good. One more. So on that last one, speed was really good, but it rolled out a little bit more. So one thing that can help to get that ball a little bit closer to the hole on a putt that breaks is playing more break. So on this
Okay.
one, last one we probably aimed about just a foot out to the right. Let's double that break.
Okay.
That way that ball's getting closer to the hole, where if we don't play enough break, it's getting
Okay.
further and further away. Good. Let's play a little bit more break on this one. Awesome. Great putt.
Oh, so close.
Almost made it. So this is a drill you can do from any distance. Today
Okay.
we started from 15 feet, but you can work back as far as you want. You can go all the way back to 50 feet if you want, or start and just work on one distance for that day. So this is a drill that really helps with long putts. We're gonna start with our right thumb pointing straight down the club, and you can grip down a little bit more, that way that putter's not super heavy.
All right.
And from here, we're gonna have our feet still shoulder width apart. And we're gonna start with our grip pointed a little bit towards our left hip. So from here, with that grip pointed towards our left hip, pay attention to how my wrist has a little bit of bend in it.
Mm-hmm.
So once we have a little bit of bend in our wrist, in this position, we're gonna focus on keeping that bend in our wrist. So we're just gonna practice making some swings that when we finish, we still have that bend in our wrist.
All right.
So our putter is staying at the same length the entire swing. That looks good. Perfect.
All right.
Awesome. So from here, we're just gonna focus on making some putts, just trying to roll them in the box, keeping that bend in our wrist.
All right.
And so another thing to look at when you finish is that you would want the back of your palm facing your target.
All right. So, swing.
Perfect. And if you need to grip down a little bit more too, that way the putter feels a little bit lighter, totally okay. Awesome. Go ahead and putt it. Go ahead and point your grip a little bit more towards your left hip. Good.
All right. Oh, that was
That's okay.
way too weak.
So when you finish that last one, if we were to look at your follow through, grooves are pointed a little bit towards the sky.
All right.
I want you to have those
Move
grooves
down.
pointed more towards the hole.
All right.
Much better. So all we're looking at here is grooves are facing the hole instead of facing the sky.
Okay.
Awesome. Go ahead and put both hands on now. And we're going to make one practice swing. And on your follow through, all we're going to check is that those grooves are facing the hole instead of facing the sky. Perfect. So that was good. Grooves were facing the hole. This one just breaks a lot. So on this next one, we're just going to aim a little bit more to the right.
All right.
So on this one, I want you to double the amount of break. So we're going to play twice as amount of break on this one. Go ahead and get just a little bit closer to that ball. Good. Stay right there. So my checkpoint when you set up is just making sure that, go ahead and look at the golf ball, that your eyes would be over the golf ball. So go ahead and even get a little bit closer. Good. Stay right there. That's perfect. So if you set up and you drop a ball from your eyes, you would always want that ball to fall in line anywhere with the ball or just slightly inside.
All right.
Great speed. Do you have any questions at all on long putts?
One thing I noticed on this last one is I end up catching the ground going back. Is that what causes that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you set up, I want you to hold this putter almost like you're going to hold a baby bird. Just tight enough to hold on to it, but not, you don't want to strangle it.
Okay.
So the tighter I grip the club, the more my club is going to get caught in the grass.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit lighter grip pressure is just going to allow that putter to naturally glide above the ground.
All right.
Light grip pressure the whole time on this one. Very good. Go ahead and putt it. That feel better?
Yeah, much better.
It's very solid. Any other questions?
No, that's my big one that I always struggle with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anytime you struggle with that, I always find too when we're in pressure, right? If someone told you to write your autograph and you're like, that's easy. But then they came back and said you have to copy that same exact autograph, that's going to be really hard. I'm going to have a lot of pressure on myself and I'm going to really grip that club tight. So anytime we get in pressure situations, we tend to grip the putter tight. So relax. Yes, take some deep breaths. Good job. You killed it.
All right, thanks y'all for joining us on AGTV. This is Liv, and then my big takeaways for today and all this like putting stuff is grip, how to grip my putter, distance control, and yeah.
That's important, especially grip. I always think of grip like a steering wheel when you're driving a car. However you grip that club is going to determine what direction that ball goes. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and got a lot of tips out of it. Follow us next time for chipping. Is going to be video 2, lesson 2 of our 4-part lesson series.